Education has been a fundamental part of my life since I was old enough to walk and communicate basic words and sentences to my parents. Going to school and graduating high school and college were expectations in my family, especially considering the fact that both of my parents have advanced degrees. Before I was 3 years old, I had already mastered the alphabet and was on track and in some cases ahead of my age group in reading, writing, and language comprehension. However, as I grew older and began to advance through elementary and middle school, issues in my learning that my parents noticed I had as a young child began to show in my learning. I had a diagnosis of dysgraphia and extreme difficulties in math, which became daily struggles during and after school, especially in high school, and with learning algebra and geometry. However, with these learning struggles, I have not allowed any of them to overcome my educational goals or my love of learning. My name is Peter Bloom. I am 20 years old and I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I am currently attending Brookhaven Community College and I intend to transfer to get my degree in interdisciplinary studies. I was born in Dallas, Texas in September of 1996 and I lived in Coppell and Plano, Texas for the majority of my life. Both of these counties are in the suburbs of the DFW area and offer great amenities and a sense of community. I've attended school at a local private school called the Winston School, and later after graduating, I attended Brookhaven Community College, where I intend to transfer to a four-year school. I would like to share four objects with you that give you an entire picture as to who I am, which includes more than just my educational struggles and how I overcame them, but a larger picture into the kind of person that I am and how people perceive me, as well as how I perceive myself. The first object that represents me is a basketball, because I played basketball in high school, and while I was on the court, I felt like more than myself than in any other situation. Some people have thought of me as the athletic jockey type, but that is far from the truth, since I had never played a single sport or was in part of any sporting team or community until I was in high school. Like a lot of people, I am not an athlete that has had all the breaks in life, and in fact, I have had many challenges to deal with in life as I have grown up. Basketball was a safe haven for me for my daily stresses of school, and having a sporting outlet that was competitive made me feel more productive and gave me purpose. An object that gave me a more personal and secretive side is a Star Wars action figure. I'm a huge Star Wars fan and sci-fi in general. And when I watched Star Wars as a kid, I was mesmerized by the hero's journey and the element of the which was a huge element of the original trilogy. However, this is a more secretive side of myself because I felt like an outsider as a kid for being so into and to some extent obsessed with Star Wars as a kid. I hid my love of Star Wars, which I'll give you a closer look. I hid my love of Star Wars as a kid because I was afraid people would see my more geeky and nerdy side and not something I really wanted to show people at the time. An object that I feel gives me a more negative connotation that people associate with me is my headphones. I feel like headphones give me an inaccurate representation of myself, and people paint me as someone who is more antisocial. My reasons for wearing headphones is that I feel like wearing them and listening to music is a good way to refocus my energy and stay on track throughout my day and in life in general. The final object that people associate with me is computers. This is a Surface Pro in a case. I use computers as a way. I use computers a lot because it's sort of something that I'm very passionate about, and I think that it just gives me a great deal of time to construct, craft and build my passions with. Track there. My knowledge of computers is why outside observers would associate this object with me because it's something that I'm so interested in. One of the reasons why people choose computers as my object to associate me with is because I spend a great deal of time playing games, especially in online communities. So now that you have a larger understanding as to the kind of person I am, other than my random name on an online course, you now know that I love basketball, competition, computers, and sci-fi, as well as speaking to people. You now have a great understanding of the world of Peter Bloom and all its wonderful adventures, and I appreciate that you took the time to listen.